Boo or not to boo? That is today's debate here on the Football Martin channel. Get involved in the comments box below. Do you agree with it? Yes or no? I'm going to give you some more thoughts on what I felt the booing was for the weekend, because I don't think it was labelled at the team necessarily, and I don't think it's necessarily labelled at the manager, the boos that rang around St Mary's Stadium at the end of the final whistle. And it has become a thing that you hear in football a lot now. No matter where I go up and down the country, if the team we're playing against has got beaten by us, or it's not a result that the fans want or desire, boos seem to ring around football stadiums now. And it is just the modern era, I feel, and the modern football fan. Do I agree with it? That's what I've been asked a fair bit over the weekend, and I've been reading all the comments in the videos across my channel this weekend, and there's been a lot of talk around the booing. And for me, like I said, I don't feel it's labelled at the manager. I don't feel it's necessarily labelled at the players. I think it's more labelled at the club and the last couple of years, certainly the last 2 years. We've only seen 2 wins at St Mary's Stadium in, a year and a bit. We haven't had loads to cheer about. We didn't get the striker that everyone desired, even though the club and the owner, Dragan Solak, said that in interviews that they were going to go and back the management. They were going to back the club to go and get a striker, because that's what he felt we needed. Solak said we needed a creative midfielder and we needed a striker, and they were the top priorities. And though we got the midfielders and we got the creative players, we've got the striker all wrong, because if he's come out and said that was a priority, which it was, and we've ended up with Damien Downs, who can't get on the field yesterday, nor should he, because he's not been good enough. But it's very damning when you spend £7 million on a striker and he's sat on the bench. You know, people are frustrated, and that is why there was boos. Yeah, it's not great, but I can understand it. And people pay a lot of money to go to football, and people say you shouldn't do it. Look, I wouldn't do it. I don't see any need to do it, because I thought it was a good performance against Swansea. Played some great football, transition. We had a new way of playing yesterday that was decent this weekend. We just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. I just think there is a huge amount of frustration that's built over a period of time. And I think that's probably what come out at the end of the game against Swansea City, because I don't think you can boo the performance, because the performance wasn't that. It was a good performance. And we all walked away and we just felt really low, didn't we? Because we felt disappointed, because we're waiting for that win. We're waiting to kick on. We're waiting for that Leeds United moment that Russell Martin got. That is what we were waiting for yesterday. I think there was so much anticipation going to the game yesterday, and that build up towards the game yesterday. And I just think that was what we all felt. And I felt like it. I felt flat. And I did that instant reaction video that I do. And I reflect upon the video now and I watch it. And I thought, well, actually, it's probably a bit harsh in the cold light of day, but when you're doing something within 5 minutes of the final whistle, you can be a bit more irrational. Like, once you sit and watch the highlights back and you watch the chances we created, the way that we played without Ross Stewart yesterday, and we didn't lump it into Cameron Archer. He's not had loads of time with the players still, but he definitely did find another way to play yesterday, and I was really pleased with that. Look, time is ticking, and he will need to get results. There's no doubt about that. And I do think we are a result away from kicking on. I do feel it, but I do fear about the game against Bristol City, because I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Though they only just about scraped by against Coventry City. Norwich City, sorry. They played Norwich City at Carrow Road in the Championship this weekend. 1-0 win for them. I don't think it was massively convincing. And Norwich, obviously furious with the manager, Liam Manning. It looks like he could be sacked at any given moment, the man that they went and poached from Bristol City. But booing, yes or no, get involved in the comments box below. We'd love to get your opinions on it. There's only one time in my life that I've booed at an end of a football game, and that was when Nathan Jones was the Saints manager, and we lost that game against Wolves when they had 10 men, and we were winning. We were in the league. We were 2-0 up, and when it went on to lose the game, and we had 10 men. That was the one and only time I've ever really booed at a football game. Look, I get people that boo. It won't help anyone. And you imagine what the players are like. They're walking down the tunnel. They'll be thinking they're booing our performance day, and we've done everything to try and win the game. And yeah, confidence is low. Everyone's a bit scarred on it. I actually want to another part of this video I nearly forgot to drop in, and I should put it in the video, which is quite a short video. It's not going to be a long video, long podcast, this long show. But I want to touch upon the atmosphere yesterday at St Mary's. It was poor, wasn't it? It was really, really poor. Surprising how flat the atmosphere was. It was the lowest I've seen it actually for a while. And I think the midday kickoff doesn't help. Like the bars around the ground were quite quiet. I went to the Dow bar beforehand. It wasn't that usual buzz of a 3 o'clock kickoff. Everyone's there at like midday. It wasn't like that yesterday at all. It was totally different, I thought. And that midday kickoff doesn't help. There was a lot of empty seats because I don't think it's just the team are not playing well. I actually think the cost of living is really expensive at the moment. Like I went in the supermarket yesterday. I don't do loads of the shopping because my partner does it. And it's so expensive to live. Like everyone's putting the heating on now. Everyone's looking ahead to the winter ahead. So look, a lot of people are looking at money, and not everybody's fortunate enough to just, oh yeah, I'm going to spend 30 quid plus my travel, go to a game, take the kids, 100 quid, 150 quid. Not everybody is fortunate enough to do it. So I think there's a load of contributions. The early kickoff, I think the cost of living being so high, I think everybody's looking at how they spend their money, and that is probably why there was a lot of empty seats yesterday. And there was a lot of empty seats. I was surprised at how many empty seats there were across St Mary's Stadium yesterday. Give me all your thoughts and reaction to what I've said. Do you think it's more about performance, or do you think there's more to it? Do you think it is the cost of living? It is like a bit more to it. I'd love to get your opinions as a viewer and as a fan of the football club. Please get involved. Right, what's coming up on the channel this week? Well, it's going to be a busy week. We've got Bristol City, obviously, midweek, so I will be covering that here on the Football Martin channel, and I'll be covering it in a really good way because I'm going to do a watch along live. I'm working this week, so I can't travel to the game, and I don't particularly enjoy travelling away from midweek games. So I'm going to sit here in the comfort of my own home, set the screens up here in the studio, watch along live, which I'm really looking forward to. So you can join me for that. 10 to 8, I'll be live, and then there'll be a post-match reaction show. Going to be joined by Charlie and Ellie on that one for a fans debate at the end of it. And I will also, this week, there's some more content going out. We have a behind the scenes of the match day vlog, which we filmed yesterday. My partner filmed it, like a behind the scenes of the Football Martin channel. So there's a new series launching this week, which is just behind the scenes of the Football Martin channel. We may do some behind the scenes content of the watch along as well, and how I prep for it, how I do it. I just thought I'd give people a little bit of an insight into the channel and the amount of hard work that goes into producing content. So hopefully you're going to enjoy that as well. And another plan this week is to catch up with Controversial Chris and my dad on the channel in a show. We're going to do that probably after the Bristol City game is the plan. I just need to pencil that in. So that'll probably look to go out at some stage on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we had the build up to the Blackburn Rovers game. Ollie, a friend of mine, Ollie Collins, he is joining me here on the Football Martin channel. He's a big TikToker, but a really good guy. He is going to join me for a lowdown on Blackburn Rovers. Oh yeah, and I totally forgot, Monday night live 6 p.m. we got the Championship Roundup show. So this week the channel is absolutely rammed with content galore, and we will be bringing back some live content this week as well, so people can get involved in the conversation. Give me all your thoughts on the topics in this video, around the booing, around the empty seats, and give me all your thoughts and all your reaction. I'll see you in a video very soon.